There was a certain man who was in frail health. He was Lazarus out of Bethany. He was from the village that Mary and her sister Martha lived in. Mary was the one who dabbed perfume on the Master and wiped his feet dry with her hair. Her brother Lazarus was in frail health. So the sisters sent someone out to Jesus with this message, "Master, look, someone whom you are fond of is in frail health." When Jesus heard it, he said, "This frail health will not end in death. It is for God's magnificence, so that God's Son might be made magnificent through it." Jesus was loving Martha, her sister, and Lazarus. So when he heard that Lazarus was in frail health, he certainly stayed for 2 days in the place where he was. Following this, he told the students, "We may lead everyone into Judea again." "Rabbi," said the students, "the Jewish people were just now looking to attack you with stones. Are you actually going back there again? Are there not 12 hours in the day?" Answered Jesus, "If anyone walks around during the day, he doesn't stumble because he sees this world's light. But if anyone walks around at night, he stumbles because he doesn't have the light." He said these things, and then he told them, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I am traveling there so that I might wake him up." "Master," the students told him, "if he has fallen asleep, he will get better." Jesus had said this about his death, but those students thought he was talking about dozing off and going to sleep. So, at that time, Jesus told them plainly, "Lazarus died, and for your sake, I am happy that I wasn't there, because now you might trust. But we should lead the way to him." So Thomas, the one called Twin, told his fellow students we should also lead the way so that we can die with him. When Jesus got there, he found out that he had already been in the burial vault for 4 days. Bethany was close to Greater Jerusalem, less than 2 miles away. Many of the Jewish people had come to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. Martha heard that Jesus was coming, so she went out to meet him. But Mary was sitting in the house. So Martha said to Jesus, "Master, if you were here, my brother wouldn't have died. But I realize even now that whatever you ask God for, he will give it to you." "Your brother will come back to life again," Jesus told her. "I realize," said Martha, "that he will come back to life again in the return back to life in the last day." "I am the return back to life," Jesus told her, "and the life. The person trusting in me, even if he were dead, he will live. And everyone living and trusting in me will not in any way die for the span of time. Do you trust this?" "Yes, Master," she answered. "I have trusted that you are the anointed King, the Son of God coming into the world." After she said this, she left and went back to her house. She got her sister, Mary's, attention without anyone noticing and told her, "The teacher is nearby and asking for you." When that sister heard this, she got up quickly and went to him. Jesus hadn't yet come into the village, but was still in the place where he was when Martha went to meet him. So when the Jewish people who were in the house with her and were comforting her saw that Mary quickly got up and left, they followed her, thinking that she was going back to the burial vault so that she might cry there. So, as Mary came to where Jesus was, when she saw him, she fell at his feet. "Master," she said, "if you were here, my brother wouldn't have died." So Jesus was stern in his spirit and agitated himself as he saw her and the Jewish people who came with her crying. "Where have you put him?" he said. "Master, come and see," they told him. Jesus teared up. "Look, how fond he was of him," the Jewish people were saying. But some of them said, "This man opened blind eyes. Couldn't he also make it so that this man wouldn't die?" So Jesus came to the burial vault being stern again inside himself. The burial vault was a cave that had a stone covering the entrance. "Take the stone away," said Jesus. Martha, the sister of the one who had passed away, said to him, "Master, he already stinks. You see, he is a 4-day-old corpse. Didn't I tell you that if you trust you will see God's magnificence?" Jesus told her. So they took the stone away. Jesus looked up and said, "Father, I thank you for listening to me. I know that you always listen to me, but I said this because of the crowd standing here, so that they might trust that you sent me out on a mission." After he said these things, he loudly yelled, "Lazarus, come out here." The man who had died came out. His feet and hands had been tied up with strips of cloth, and his eyes had a towel tied over them. "Release him," Jesus told them, "and let him go back home." Many of the Jewish people who came with Mary and saw what he did trusted in him. But some of them went off to the Separatists and told them what Jesus did. So the head priests and the Separatists gathered a council together. "What are we going to do?" They were saying, "Because this person is showing many proofs. If we leave him alone like we have, everyone will trust in him, and the Romans will come and take both our place and nation away." A certain one from among them, Caiaphas, who was the head priest that year, told them, "You don't know anything. You also aren't considering that it is to your advantage that one person die on behalf of the ethnic group. This death will be on behalf of the ethnic group so that the whole nation won't be ruined." He didn't say this on his own, but being a head priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus was going to be dying on behalf of the nation. But his death wasn't just on behalf of the nation. It also was so that he might gather God's dispersed children together into one nation. So, from that day on, they were advising that they should kill him. So Jesus was no longer walking around openly among the Jewish people, but he went from there into the rural area near the backcountry into a city called Ephraim. He stayed there with the students. When the Jewish people's Passover was near, many walked up to Jerusalem from the rural area before the Passover so that they might consecrate themselves. So, as they stood on the temple grounds, they were looking for Jesus and saying to each other, "What? Do you think he won't come to the festival at all?" The head priests and the Separatists had put out a demand that if anyone knows where he is, he should tell them so that they might arrest him.